all eyes are on Russia as it takes up one of the most powerful positions in the UN. And while Russia confirmed debate about Ukraine won't be off the table, it will be on Moscow's terms. It plans to hold a briefing on the Minsk agreement, the deal signed in 2014 aimed at ending fighting in the Luhansk and Donetsk regions.
Basically, not a single move was made by Kyiv to meet obligations under the Minsk agreement. So we most probably will discuss not implementation, but rather non-implementation of Minsk agreements.
As president of the Security Council, Russia cannot stop debate on other issues backed by more than 9 member states. And while Russia can use the position to shape the conversation, analysts say the country's not expected to throw its weight around.
The Russians have been surprisingly low-key and notably professional about their planning for this meeting. They are going to use it as an opportunity to put pressure on Kiev over what Russia says is Ukraine's failure to fulfill the Minsk agreements, but they don't seem to want to turn it into a massive circus.
Ambassador Nebenzia said he hoped ongoing tensions wouldn't spill into other areas of UN business, but did confirm Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will no longer be travelling to New York to chair a ministerial-level debate on the situation in Afghanistan.
The UN has some big decisions coming up on what to do with its political mission in Afghanistan and how it deals with the Taliban. So that meeting could have been useful. My guess is that Lavrov worried that if he did come to New York, other ministers would join the meeting, but some of them at least would find ways to bring Ukraine into the discussion, and that would be embarrassing for him.
The start of Russia's presidency comes a day after heated exchanges in the Security Council, in which the US and Russia traded allegations over Ukraine in a debate that ended with political impasse. Russia would be widely expected to use its veto to overturn any Security Council ruling regarding its actions towards Ukraine, as it did following the invasion of Crimea in 2014. And analysts say the current situation again underlines weaknesses in the UN system.
I think it highlights a huge structural deficiency and dysfunctionality at the UN Security Council. I think it's terrible that in this age that we're living in, that the Security Council isn't more involved in providing solutions to those problems. For the most part, it's just a spectator sitting on the sidelines watching and putting out statements of concern.
Russia still hopes to focus on other UN business during its presidency, with briefings also scheduled on the Middle East, Africa and the DPRK. Russia is also planning a debate on the humanitarian impact of sanctions, the timing of which will raise questions, as both the US and UK say they'll issue sanctions against Russia should it invade Ukraine. Sarah Walton, CGTN, New York.